Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Thanks for coming and spending a little time with me. There's just a couple of things that I want to show you today that I've acquired somewhat recently, and one of them's a sweater, and then two beanies or watch caps as I call them, or wool toboggans, whatever you want to call them. I got them off a website. I found them by accident, and I've been wanting one of these sweaters and one of these caps for probably a decade now. And finally, a little extra money around Christmas time, and I went and purchased them, just because I was like, hey, get them now or, regret it. So I got them. Anyway, I'm going to throw on the sweater because it's a little bit cool out here. It's very early spring, so check this out. Alright, this sweater is called the Dachstien or Dachstien alpine wool pullover, and they are very heavy. They're the kind of sweaters that mountain climbers have wore for 100 years probably. But Dachstien is an Austrian company, and I've done a lot of reading on them, and what they do with their wool is their wool fabric. As you can see, it's stitched kind of like a rib knit or a fisherman's sweater, but it's like so much thicker and heavier. And it's stretchy to a point, but it's not a knitted sweater. The material is extremely thick. I mean, look at this. I'm gonna fold this sleeve over. Look how thick this is. There's my finger. This is thick. But anyway, it's an organic boiled wool. What they do is, I believe, if I've got it right, they make the garment or they make the fabric and they boil it and shrink it. But they don't use a lot of chemicals, so the wool still has a lot of the lanolin still in it, which protects, and as far as I'm concerned, it protects the wool fibers. It keeps them better. It makes them work better, and it protects you as the wearer. But anyway, I'm gonna put this puppy on. This thing is not easy to put on, and the website, the Sweater Chalet website, tells you how to choose your correct size. So you got to measure. It tells you everything on the website. You got to measure them out carefully, and then go from there. But this is a size 6. Let me put it on. Oh, it's thundering out here. Okay, so I know, right? Dracula? No. It's a big fold down collar. Like I said, this is the alpine pullover. So as you can see, all this room in here, but it's got these awesome buttons which are stitched on really good. These are fairly big buttons, but they make one that's a solid jumper, which is just a crew neck. And they make one like this, this is the alpine pullover, and they also make an alpine cardigan which is button up all the way. I was on the fence whether to get the button up one or not, but I figured, me being the way I am and not the gentlest person in the outdoors, the pullover would probably last me longer. I can instantly feel the warmth coming from this thing. Now, as you can see, I'm 215 pounds, 6'2", broad-shouldered, semi-muscular, and as you can see, I'm turning. And this is not baggy on me. This is a size 6. I have about a 40 right now, probably between a 46 and a 47 inch chest. Maybe 48. I hadn't measured lately, but anyway. Long armed. But now you can see the way the shoulders are made. It's like a raglan sleeve. There is no stitch across here, and I love that. The sleeve goes all the way up to the neck, no crease here, so there's a whole lot of really good movement in the sweater. Turn around. See here? Moves really good. Of course, it's a sweater. It's gonna be more flexible than a coat or a jacket. But I'm gonna tell you something. I'd put this sweater, this alpine pullover, I'd put it up against almost every sweater that I have, and I have a bunch of wool sweaters. I've layered with this. I sat out one night. It was 15 degrees. I had a thin merino wool long sleeve shirt under it, a medium cashmere sweater, I think, that I got from Goodwill for like $6. But it was a medium thickness sweater, and then I had this over it. And the good thing about that being your layering system, I was so warm. It was breathing just enough, but I had 3 layers of wool on, and yet I felt non-bound up, like if I had a heavy coat on, your movement is hindered. You can overheat if you're active, like pitching a campsite, cutting wood, hiking through the woods, or just whatever. Wool will almost prevent you from perspiring and feeling that clamminess, because it breathes. That's the one thing I love about wool. I will never shut up about it. People get tired of hearing it. I'm sorry. But anyway, like I said, this thing is very thick. As you can see, I'm grabbing a handful of this wool. And the thing about being organic and boiled and then pre-shrunk is it only has limited stretch. So getting out of this thing, I look like a clown show, which I'll show you in a little bit. But it stays put. It's roomy. It does look a little boxy in the sleeves. It's not a, it's not a GQ fashion statement, nor is it supposed to be. It's made for hard outdoor use. But I like the roominess of it. It's not overly roomy in the torso. It kind of hugs me, actually. For a size 6, it kind of hugs me, but it's not binding at all. And it's got all this room in the shoulder, and whenever I had those other 2 layers under it, I didn't feel tight. Nothing felt tight. Nothing felt bunchy, because of the extra room there. But doing one more spin, walk out into the briars, come back. It's just great. All right, I'm gonna show you something here. Say the wind's blowing really hard and you don't have a scarf on you. Check this out. You flip this up. We're gonna button it. Woo, wool in the nose. We're gonna button it up. Boy, this feels good. It's like I'm being hugged by a giant sheep. But it smells better. Okay, so watch this. You can either go around like this, which honestly could support your entire head. Well, these clouds are looking kind of ominous behind me. Now watch this. You roll this down. Just roll it down, just like so. And all of a sudden, you've got a roll neck sweater that actually looks pretty attractive. My neck is completely guarded by like a triple layer of wool, and it does not look bad. And it doesn't choke you, it doesn't hit your Adam's apple. It just turns around. And you got a roll neck, a giant, thick, awesome roll neck jumper. So I'm going to show you these caps. Now, this is the green right here. I wanted the red. This is the 2-ply. They claim that this is their lightest weight cap. And if this is their lightest weight cap, then this is already thicker than almost any military watch cap that I own. It's huge. Look at this. Look at this thing. This thing is huge. This is a double layer made into it. See where it looks like it's a little thicker here? That's a double layer. This is a single layer, but this thing is so thick. Now you can put this thing on your head, get the seam toward the back, and you will look more normal if you put it on with the crown going this way, not this way. If you put it on this way, I'll show you. You look kind of crazy. You look like you're, you know, a member of the Lollipop Gang. You know, an Oompa Loompa or something. So take it off. Just take my word for it. And turn it around to where the seam's like this. And you'll look much less alien. And you can tell I got a giant noggin, 7/5/8, 7 3/4, 7/5/8. You put it on like this, and it looks, you know, it looks pretty good. It is super warm and super sturdy. As you can see, super sturdy. Like my head's boiling right now, and it's not hot out here. You can pull it way up. You can pull this part up and then push the single layer down, and it actually looks somewhat normal. Or you can fold it completely down over your eyes and your ears and sleep, and it, you know, leave your nose and mouth uncovered for condensation purposes. But this is the 2-ply green, extra large. And some people have ordered these online, and they say they fit their head. They're tight fitting because they got the regular size. So I read all those reviews before, and knowing that my melon, you know, as big as a watermelon, I got the extra large, which costs about $10 to $15 more. And yes, folks, they're not cheap. But, you know, spend money on what you're interested in, you know what I'm saying? Do whatever you want, you know? If you don't want to spend 75 bucks for one of these, don't do it, you know? This is the 2-ply. We're taking it off. I'm fixing to show you the 4-ply. This is called the Malay color, or mealy. I don't know exactly how to pronounce it. It is a cream white and a gray mixed in there. I kind of love it, actually. It just reminds me of wintertime. It reminds me of snow. And it kind of goes with this. This is just the gray, but it goes with it pretty good. This is the 4-ply. When this thing came in, I could not believe how thick and giant that it was. And at first I was like, this is a joke. I mean, I could cut 2 holes in each side of it and wear them as undies. It looks like a giant pair of undies without the holes cut out. But anyway, it's super soft. The 4-ply is super thick, and as I'm fixing to put it on, I will show you. Look at this. Look at this, guys. Let me fix it. So I feel kind of ridiculous unless I fix it. Like I don't want to look like a cone head. This is the 4-ply Malay color, extra large, Dachstien cap. Austrian made Dachstien cap. Yes, they're not made in the United States. Sometimes you can't buy things made in the US when you find a foreign product that's awesome. Don't feel guilty about buying something, you know, that's from near Germany. You know, a lot of those people that live in the mountains out there, the big mountains that, you know, have freezing conditions, they know how to make wool. Not that we don't get offended. We know how to make wool. Weather wool, they know how to make wool. Boreal mountain anoraks, they know how to make their wool anoraks. The United States Army knows how to make wool too. But I tell you what, this Dachstien cap, 4-ply, I cannot imagine needing something more warm than this out in any conditions. The green one right here, I can't imagine. When I got the green one and it came in, because I got the 4-ply first and then the 2-ply, I actually thought, okay, well the 2-ply will be much thinner. I can wear it in a little bit warmer weather, but this thing is thicker and warmer than a United States Army watch cap. And I have 2 of them. I've got a black one and a green one, and this thing's bigger, thicker, and warmer than both of those. So I have to save those for the 30 and 40 degree days and wear these when, you know, the polar vortex comes back. But like I said, close up, very warm, and in my opinion, they look very good. You know, yes, they are big, but you can manipulate them to where they look, you know, you don't look like an alien. But I tell you what, this sweater, guys, I've never owned a sweater this bulletproof, or an alpine pullover, that's what they call it. Go online, look up the Sweater Chalet. It's up north. I think it's in Ohio, but I'm not sure exactly. All right, I'm gonna take this big thing off. I think I'm fixing to get struck by lightning out here. I don't know if you guys hear that or not. All right, here's how you take it off. Forgive my ridiculous tugging and pulling. So you get a sleeve out. Pull it up a little, get a sleeve out. Pull, get one arm out. Like I said, the boiled wool fabric, it holds together really good, and there is no ripping this thing. Pull one arm out and take your head out. Yeah. So, all right, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna lay it back for a second. Trying not to get the, oh man, briars on it. Okay. There we go. I'm bringing you with me for a second. You see that? Dachstien wool wear, a mountain tradition, product of Austria. It's beautiful. You can't go wrong, guys. Can't go wrong with that sweater. And they are pricey, but just go online, look at them. Let me grab these things out from it. Okay, there's the green. It's not, they have a military, they got all different colors. Honestly, they got red, gray, green, they got military, olive, drab. They even have neon colors. Purple, lime green, all that. There is the Malay color, extra large. Anyway, I'll shut up, I've gone over. Anyway, but let me show you these clouds real quick. Look at this. Some serious stuff coming. It's starting to be spring, so it's starting to green out. Holy cow. I think I saw a bolt of lightning. Anyway, guys, hey, hit the like button if you like this content. And remember, look at that sycamore tree. It's beautiful. If you're out camping, guys, and you leave your campsite, put out your fire. Put out your fire. Like old Smokey said, only you can prevent forest fires.